Hey y'all, and welcome to Watch Cheryl Scrap. This is the last live session for Month of Challenges 9. Today is January 28th, and the challenge for today is paper and paint, and that's all we can use. This might be worse than the minimal pages, because at least you could put an element on there, right? I feel like
I could see
for
that.
me, it feels a little, you know,
Yeah,
it
I
feels
can
a
see that.
little, yeah.
It's limiting in a fun, creative way to me.
Yes. So I decided I was going to use this template. This is Awards Night 1. And let me go ahead and save as and get this saved so I don't go over it. Okay. And
Even Cheryl has to remember to shave her templates separate.
yep, like this could be a bad thing.
Yep.
All right, so I am going to scrap this picture of me and my daughter, and we're planning.
Also, you posted today that it was like the last day or the last MOC, Watch Cheryl Scrap. And I was like, no, it can't be. Are we really that far into February or into January? And I didn't realize,
Yeah.
like, it's the 28th. This month is almost gone.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And I'm
crazy.
still woefully behind, but I will not be defeated. I'm
Want to know a secret,
forging on.
Cheryl?
Huh?
I don't know how, but I haven't done today's challenge, but I'm caught up. And I don't scrap them, like I've said before. The only one I scrap ahead of time is the one for my challenge because I
Yeah.
have to have the page there for you guys to see. Every other challenge I do, I scrap after it's posted in the forum. I don't use any of my background access for those. So, yeah, I'm like all the stuff I've been doing behind the scenes and everything. And lo and behold, I only have today's challenge to do.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's happening.
Well, I think it's fantastic.
Oh, yeah, we'll see what I find
Yeah.
out I've forgotten to do.
Okay, so I can use these two hexagon pieces because they're shapes. I'm going to take the word strip off, the title placeholder, and the arrow. Just can't use any of that. And
Nope.
then I'll look at all my little flowers. Goodbye, flowers. I'm
Goodbye,
going to take off
flowers.
these
Let's see.
tags.
So she has listed templates are allowed. Templates should be for photo and paper placement, but should not be used to clip papers to in order to make elements to embellish your layout. So you're getting rid of all the pretty flowers and the tags.
Yeah, but I don't think the background counts as I'm not making an element. I don't think.
Ooh. Hmm.
What do you think?
Well, let me
Would
see.
you
What else does she
consider
have
that
in
an
here?
element?
She has cutting paper into basic shapes is fine. Cutting out specific objects or patterns from the paper serves to create your own elements, which are not allowed. Please don't clip papers to the portions of the template that are meant to represent embellishments. I
Okay,
don't know
so
that she addresses like the cut file part.
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't consider that an embellishment. Hmm. Hmm. Well, I can
Did she,
always.
Jan? I was looking to see if it was in there. It's just like glancing down real quick.
I'm going to take this word art one off.
I haven't
Yeah,
tackled this one, but I'm kind of excited. I think
yeah.
it'll be, I'm looking forward to
Oh,
playing with paint.
okay, so I'm kind of worried now about using this template because I don't want to
Lead people in the
steer
wrong
anybody the
direction.
wrong way. I think because it's papers, it should be okay, but
Let's see. There is somebody else who used one. Let's see if she asked or it's been addressed. And if any of you guys see it, feel free to point out to me. Hey, here's where you didn't read it, because I'm trying to watch the chat and double check it. So the hexagon overlay that looks like a cut file, if it's SAR, or her name's Sarah, but it's SAAR as her username, she actually isn't a poly.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did. Ashley didn't flag it as a violation that I know of, so I think it's okay to use that.
Okay.
At least the cut file itself.
All right.
Like, which means I assume the other part would be fine? I don't know.
It's just
I try
papers.
not to assume.
It's just papers behind there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go with it. And if all else fails, then what I'll do is turn off all these pieces, and it would still, I'm going to right click and hide the layers so I can just see what's here. See, I can just submit it like that.
Yep.
And I'm probably going to move those paper pieces around anyway, because without the elements, it really needs to be there. Okay, so I got my photo, and I'm going to use a new kit that just came out today, and it is January is for planning, and it's by Little Butterfly Wings. She collabed with Studio Basic. So I am scrapping about, me and my daughter, using our little happy planners, which I think is delightful.
And it's an adorable thing, and I need that, and I want that. Just thought I'd share.
Happy planner?
No, not the happy planner. I want the kit.
It's like,
higher level,
do you need
higher
a happy
level,
planner?
Cheryl.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
okay, I'm not
Kayla,
sure.
She does specifically not want you doing elements like grabbing one of Cheryl's templates and clipping flowers to make a paper to make flowers.
Right,
that is
right,
correct.
right. Okay. Why is that still sitting there? That is very bizarre. Do y'all see that?
See what? I see your desktop.
It's not showing up for y'all. Okay. I don't know why.
Fiddle-Dee-Dee part.
Yeah, there's like a white piece that's across over where my cursor, I'm going around in a circle over on my styles.
Okay.
Okay. Y'all aren't seeing it though. So
I'm not seeing that.
we're good. We're good. It's all good. It's all good.
Can I tell you what else I want? I want Allison's highlighting words.
I almost got those.
I'm going
almost
to.
got those. Okay, so
I think because I have an old set from Jamie that I use, but this one has a lot more options. And it's new and in the store. You know, sometimes just having something fresh is awesome.
Yes. Oop. Go here. I'm going to bring this pattern down though so you can see more of the dots. Oh, that's cute. Yes, yes.
I like it. Kayla wants it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Renee wants to know how many layers were on your template before you started messing with it.
Hang on and I'll tell you.
Man, all these people saying that they've already done today's layout. I'm just like, wow, you guys are fast.
Let's see. Almost 180. Most of it is let's see, take that off. Most of it is the paper pieces in the background. That's what makes the layers so high. So I.
A template with lots of paper spots. Kayla. She's like, I just want a template. I want somebody else to do it for me. I love it. That's my approach. If you want to let me know.
Okay.
Oh. Renee's trying to figure out if it's more than the make like a tree template that she used or not.
Yeah, I think this
Oh my
is
goodness.
my most intensive one I've ever done, I think. I think it is anyway.
I think so. I mean, yeah, because it's got all the paper pieces. So, I don't know. Seems about right.
We're going for it.
Are you using a shortcut after you clip the paper to merge it? Or is your screen just faster than what it's showing us?
I'm using Control G to clip and then Control E to merge.
So after you Control G, you just have to Control E? I don't actually have to select them?
Nope. If you're on that layer, it should.
Dude, that's awesome. I've always gone back over and like select them both to Control E. Like, oh, I could just, because it leaves you on the layer. Okay, so if you came from Photoshop Elements, Lisa, like Cheryl and I did, we may have gone in and changed our
yes
preferences so that the shortcut is actually Control G.
Yes, that is correct.
Because
I couldn't ever get used to it.
Exactly. And I used Control G so much, it just wasn't worth trying to switch. So both Cheryl and I went in and changed them. So otherwise, yes, you were correct. Control G does create a group. So, yeah. So let's see. Kim says she actually doesn't Control G. She uses Alt and the arrow. Is that in Photoshop or is that in PSE? I can't remember which one you're in. Photoshop. Okay. So Alt and the arrow will also work. There is a shortcut for clipping. I believe it actually is.
It's Shift Control.
Shift Control G.
Shift Control G. I think that's it. It's like
there is. Let me see if I can find it. Control Alt G, Kayla says.
There you go.
Yes, Control Alt G. Alt click is what I typically use. Huh. Yeah, honestly, it's one of those quirks Cheryl and I both do because we came from PSE and it was just easier to change the shortcut than it was to try and teach our fingers to do it the other way. And I don't use groups enough, so I usually just go ahead and hit the folder button at the bottom when I'm grouping. We're not terrible. We're making it work for us the way that we want it to work.
This is true.
So
I didn't want to put that one there.
I just forget that that's not everybody's shortcut.
Right. Like, that's not for everyone.
It's not everybody's.
It's not for everyone. Okay, I'm gonna transform that.
Alt click is easier. Yeah, whatever works, go for it. Did you all know that you can change those keyboard shortcuts? Just curious if that was something new. I'm like, right. I know that Kim said she learned something new. I just did too. I didn't realize I could just hit Control G and Control E and do that. I knew Control E merged them, but I didn't know
you're like, yay!
So
okay, I'm gonna put a solid one there, I think. I need.
So your Photoshop shouldn't have uninstalled when Flash ended. You may have seen Adobe uninstall Flash from your system, but it shouldn't have affected your Photoshop or anything. No, you cannot change them in PSE. Yes, that is a good point to make. You can change them. It's one of the CC Creative Cloud or full Photoshop things. But yeah, you cannot change them in PSC. Just like you can't create your own actions in PSC, right? Or can you now?
I don't know. I can't speak to that because I haven't played
Well,
along.
I was waiting for Kayla to tell me for sure. She says right, so I assume that means yes, you cannot create your own actions. And you
Right.
can't rearrange your styles in PSE still, right? And group them into new folders and stuff. I'm like, I remember, it's funny, every time I think about it from the perspective of, oh, you know, maybe I just want to have the standalone program again, because I didn't mind PSE. I have no issues with PSE. But it's those little things that I'm like, oh, but then I can't do this and this.
Right. And
And
I
it's
want to
funny
do
because
this.
I got full Photoshop more for using like puppet warp and shadows on their own layer and stuff, making that easy. And I use it more for the organizational parts than those fun
Parts.
things. I'm like, yeah, I got issues. Oh, it's fun though.
Okay. Woo, dude, this is going to be an amazing background.
Yes, it is. I knew you couldn't create the styles, but you can't organize them either. Right, Kayla? Like, because I can move styles out of the folders that belongs to the designer. So I actually have a style folder named papers, and it's like everybody's styles that I own that are papers. So I can just like click down the styles and decide which one I like. Yeah, it's funny that, because that was one of my thoughts, is I was like, I think you can save them organized though. And so I like every now and then I save them. So I'm like, if I have to go back to PSE, I'd have to buy a newer version. But I'm like, if I have to go back to PSE, I'll have them saved. Oh goodness. Some of the random things we do, right?
Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure. In case I do move that out of the way, I better throw some papers in here. Yes. They're usually covered up, but we will uncover them.
Kim, I'm jealous of you. The school she works for pays for a school subscription. I've had a school subscription all the way up until this semester for like the last 3 years, but I was able to do the student discount for a year, and then I'll have to go back to paying for it. But it's definitely a plus to have that free PSCC. Do you get the whole thing, or do you have just the Lightroom Photoshop? Yeah, I wouldn't want to edit metadata files manually. That just does not sound fun. You know, I really enjoyed, is it Premiere Rush? It's their video light editing system. It's kind of fun to just add, like, if you take little 10-second videos or whatever, it's like kind of super easy to put them all together into one, which is, you know, something I like to do sometimes.
Okay. I simplified that little process. I couldn't see what I was doing. But now.
What do you mean you simplified the process?
Oh, I hid everything so I could see what I was doing on this background. I hid the photo and the other papers on the
I'm
top.
With
you. Yep. Okay.
So Kim, I actually downloaded TikTok. I feel like I'm so old for it, but yeah. So part of my social media class, they recommend kind of getting an idea of what's out there, and so I downloaded TikTok. But here's the funny part: the thing that made me decide to download it was because my husband was showing me this home inspector that's on it. And we got lost in these home inspector horror stories, and it's so fascinating. So it's so fun to
Oh,
go in and see what these home inspectors find in these homes. And so
right.
I don't feel like I'm losing brain cells though.
You're like, I don't
I can
know.
see how some of the things I watch, I'm definitely losing some brain cells, but that one's fun and that one I really enjoy. So I don't think I want to make a TikTok video. Like you're not going to see me be on there, but yeah, it's fun to watch. Yeah, Cheryl, I gave into TikTok.
She gave in.
Oh, my
I
son
know
is so
when,
excited because he wants to watch it all the time, and we will not let him have his own social media accounts.
right.
Obviously, number one, he's not legally old enough, and number two, he doesn't need that in his life. So he likes that we
No.
both have it now. Watching a lady who folds laundry. Oh my goodness.
Okay,
That
y'all.
sounds
I watch.
fascinating in a weird way.
Okay, I have my little happy cleaning videos on YouTube.
Mhm.
I need
Yeah.
more than TikTok length. I need some serious business, and I do enjoy watching people clean their houses. It's bizarre, but true.
So I like TikTok because it's if I'm just sitting waiting for something, like maybe I'm waiting for water to boil and it's taking forever because some days it does, then I can
Because
just
I
like look at a
watch
couple
Pot Never
TikTok videos
Bowl.
while I'm waiting.
Yep.
But I do watch YouTube videos too.
So is this mildly interesting to watch? Me clip all these papers? Should I have done this off camera?
I don't mind. I mean, I'm only half watching you. I'm watching the chat, but I don't
Like,
know.
I'm
Maybe
not
they're
really
all
watching
bored and
you
don't know.
anymore. They're
Well,
probably
no,
all
I
like,
mean, I do watch. I click over to see what color combinations you're doing and stuff. But I also was watching the chat, like we were talking about. So cleaning videos on YouTube. Kim likes Catherine on Do It on a Dime and Clutterbug. But this year, her husband hired a cleaning crew twice a month. How awesome is that?
nice. I
Courtney's on
like,
TikTok. Renee can't get over that.
okay, let me just tell you that Olivia and I started watching Do It on a Dime. I
Okay.
mean, like when she first started her channel, like that
Okay.
that long ago, like her first videos. And you know, I Olivia and I thought it said dolt, D-O-L-T, like you're adult. I don't know why I find that so
Like
funny.
dolt on a
So
dime.
um yeah, because it says do it on a dime, but it's hard to read, so it looks like it says dolt.
Oh,
And I'm like, and so that's what we call it. We still call it that, dolt
dolt
on a
on a
dime.
dime. I like it. That makes me laugh.
But yes,
Taylor wants. Oh, go
a-
ahead.
she is an absolutely precious human being. That woman is. She is. She says at the end of her videos, she's like, if no one's told you today, you are enough. Her brother, unfortunately, committed suicide, and so she talks a lot about, not a lot, but she mentions it here and there at times, and yeah, she
So
just
she
if you
works
get
to
a
bring attention to mental health.
yeah,
That's good. I like
yeah,
people who use their platform for things like that too.
yeah,
I don't
and
think it
then
needs
of
to be that all the
course,
time, but I like when they work it in naturally.
yes, and Clutterbug, she cracks me up. I watched her back when she was seriously still a Clutterbug. It's taken her years to um, not be a Clutterbug. She has some great systems and ways of thinking about what type of organizer you are
Hmm.
and how you can, um, make that work for you. So she has different bugs, butterflies and bees and those kinds of things, which I think
Interesting.
is interesting. Yeah, to describe, you know, um, what kind of housekeeper organizer you
Yeah.
are.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so it's only 8:35. That's not too bad. I'll have to wait to see the recording to see how long it actually takes me to do this because I didn't pay attention to when I started. I just knew it was like 8:30 and I'm like, dude, I'm still on this.
Yeah. So how are you bringing the papers in and resizing them so small so quickly?
I am bringing them from a program that's on my other screen.
Mm-hmm.
I've dragged the window over now. Can you see it?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. And then some of them I'm not resizing. Like I'm going to drop this paper into there. So I just drag and drop. And I just go ahead and clip it. And if I feel like I need to resize it, I just go to the corner and grab the handle and pull down to resize. And then I'll, keep it there. But I don't want it to be smaller in that particular case.
So if you go up 1, 2, 3, 4 above where you're at right now, did you miss putting paper in, or is the paper just happens to be the same color as the template? So you have the square highlighted. If you go up, there's an orange,
yes.
that one right there.
Yeah, it's a piece of paper.
It's a piece of paper. We're concerned you might have missed a spot. We're trying to make sure.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to kind of go in order.
Yep.
So does that help?
Yeah, they're just like, wow, you're just so fast. We don't even see you making them smaller. We thought maybe you were using a shortcut or something.
No.
You're just quick.
Yeah.
Kim thinks she's a ladybug. I assume that has to do with the cleaning, right?
Yes, it does.
I'm like, otherwise, maybe we'll talk some more.
Yes, that's what that means. That's what she's talking about anyway.
What's her tattoo look like?
Whose tattoo?
I assume that is it Dolt on a Dime's tattoo, Kim? She said if she ever had to get one, she would copy her. She had a friend who died of depression by suicide too.
I cannot
faith
remember.
with a semicolon. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Lately, when I pull photos in from my phone, they are huge, bigger than my canvas. I don't know why or what has changed. There is a setting you can check that has it bring it in and constrain it to this aspect of to the size of the canvas. You're in CC, so gosh, what is that preference?
Dude. Oh God. I'm gonna write a note here.
Your phone default may have changed size. Yeah, your phone default could have totally changed size. But there's
okay, I just made a note to we'll circle back around when I can look that up.
Because I know if I drag something directly on, like the way Cheryl's doing it right now, it constrains itself either vertically or horizontally to my photo size. But if I put it into a new window and then drop it on my canvas, it will be bigger than my canvas because my photo sizes are larger. Well, on my DSLR, they are always larger. My phone, they're not always. So, yeah, I know you can do it as smart objects, but I know I don't bring mine in as smart objects because I'm lazy and I hate to rasterize things.
I noticed something when I was scrapping yesterday, and maybe I just need to pull. When I was doing the layout the one color hue one from the 8th, that when I had made my adjustments for hue and saturation and for levels, that if I wanted to drag it to like a different, copy the same thing to another layer, that it wouldn't copy it if my object was just regular rasterized. It would do it only if it was a smart object. I thought it was very interesting. I had not noticed that it had done that before, but it kept doing it to me. If you ever watch the video for that, you'll see me struggling because I'm like, why is this not working? Like driving me nuts.
Interesting. Yeah.
Right?
Huh.
Because I was like, and I finally had to pause the video because I'm like, dude, why won't this copy this layer? And then I finally realized what was happening, but I didn't understand that it was a issue with a smart object. But yeah, I do bring all my stuff in as smart objects.
Yeah. You've tried to convince me to do it, and I just don't. But yeah, Renee, it's the same depending on which camera I use, because obviously if I use my front-facing camera, they don't come in huge. And then my other phone, the rear camera, my newer phone might actually be the same size. But I know if I'm using my DSLR, it's way bigger than the actual size of the canvas. So they always, if I put it on a different one and drag and drop it over, it will always be larger. I was actually pulling up my preferences to see if I could see what I've checked to make it fit. So I have an option checked in my preferences that says resize image during place. And I think that's what it is.
Okay, good.
If you go into your preferences and see if that's checked or not. Kim's like me. She used to do smart objects and changed because she got tired of rasterizing everything.
She's like, no.
But see, that's why I say that shouldn't be, because I don't have that issue and I'm not smart objecting everything. But I have that checked, that resize image during place, and it's just in the general in preferences. So that may be, you could check and see if that's checked or not. But I know with that checked, it automatically constrains it to either to one of the sides, like either vertical or horizontal, whichever one is smaller, I guess. It was not checked. Okay, try again, see if it works. I know sometimes randomly when I have, sometimes Photoshop will like delete my preferences and I have to go in and check a couple. It's usually only when they do a major upgrade, but it's always like, oh, thanks for the warning. And I know sometimes I've done it by accident, so it's not always their fault.
Sometimes it's their fault.
Oh, absolutely. Sometimes it's their fault. 100%. Just not every single time.
Well, I'm really loving this, actually. It looks like a quilt.
It does. It does look like a quilt.
Very happy.
It's funny because I keep seeing those little bits of blue and they match your paint.
Yes. You're like,
and I'm
you
like,
missed
wait,
one,
did you miss that one? All right, what else we got? Apparently we're playing Let's Fix Tech Issues. Who else has one? Let's go and see if we can fix it.
Right, because this paper clipping is way more intensive.
Intense.
It's really not. It's kind of methodical and I'm enjoying it actually. Okay, now I've got all the little paper pieces filled in.
So there's a Reddit thread called Oddly Satisfying, or Forum, or whatever
Yes.
they're called. And I sometimes really enjoy there because there'll be these random things and you're like, it's oddly satisfying. And this has been oddly satisfying to watch because I'm not doing the work.
Okay, so I like the tan on the cut file. I didn't think I would. I like the white.
Hmm.
I don't like that one, I don't think, because it's just like the background paper.
Yeah. I like the tan because it kind of mutes it a little bit from the white
Yeah.
and lets the colors of the paper shine more.
Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you.
Yay! It works now for Kim. It was the little box.
All right.
And then
It's very happy.
Jan and Renee, I am the exact same way. This template would take me hours. In fact, I think I did do this template once and it took me hours because I did fuss and fuss over which paper. I'm not quite as
I think
just
the best
go
thing
with
is
it.
to just go. Yeah, just go with it. Okay, because right now I've got to put paint in, and this is going to take me a minute, I think. I think I'm going to use the green.
What's your template
And
name?
then this one is Awards Night
Award.
1, I think.
Yes, Award Night 1. She's like, I have that template. What is it? I can help with that.
Okay, so I like the yellow, but not really.
So I like
Ooh, I like that.
Control E, Kim, because it forces me to commit. I consider it like, okay, so I started as a paper scrapper, so I kind of consider it like my glue. Like, oh, I Control E, I merged it together. I'm stuck with it now. I can't undo that. So
I
it's
think
kind
I
of like,
like
oh, glued it down, has to stay.
that dark paint with the orange, but then maybe I want to switch them. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so those are going away, and I'm committing, and that's going away. I'm committing to that.
Lisa, it's exactly that. I have to commit at some point. Otherwise, when I keep everything changeable, I'll go back and back and back and back and back. The only thing I typically don't commit on is my actual background paper, just because I will sometimes finish it up and mom like, oh, I need a slightly darker or slightly lighter page on the very, very back. But I'm getting better since I've been watching Cheryl at just committing.
Just go for it.
And that's true too. You could always go back and clip another paper after Control E if you wanted to. But if there's a shadow, it might throw it off a little. But yeah, I've clipped on top of clipped on top of clipped before. I do like Cheryl's way of just going. Just take it and go.
Just go with it.
Yep, just commit.
Commit, commit, commit.
I know, Cheryl's way is way faster.
Okay.
It's fun because I can see the template still, obviously, because of the background. But yeah, it's starting to look nothing like the original template.
I'm into this. Very into this, actually. I thought I was really going to be completely destroyed. Not having elements, but I'm feeling okay, I think.
Cool.
It's amazing.
It's awesome. So normal months, we're doing the first Thursday, right?
Yes.
So we will be back next week. Just MOC will be closed. So we'll be scrapping something different.
We will be scrapping something different. No, don't like that. Let's try.
I didn't used to be a paint fan, Renee, but I've become a very big paint fan. Sometimes it adds just the right amount of touch on the background that you want. And so I've become a very large paint fan.
Okay, I think I'm gonna move these.
I've actually reached the point where I will search my TLP folder. I'll be like, I need some paint. Where's my paint?
I think I'm gonna make these a little wonky.
Cheryl's paints and her dressed up. Yep. Kim, we're so ready to travel again.
Yeah.
They booked a cruise for April 2022, and then her son's in-laws texted and asked if they want to go to North Carolina in September. She's like, yes, anywhere. Let's go all the places.
Everywhere, please.
Everywhere. See, I associate paint with messy too, Renee, and I think that's why it took me a little bit of time. But now that it's digital, it doesn't bother me. Like I really actually kind of like how it adds, like this particular layout, it adds a really nice softness to the back. And then other layouts I've really liked, like just a little splatter. I used to love the little splatters like you could get with scrappers, with paper scrapping. The, what do they call them? Misting.
Yep.
But I hated the way that it would because I had one for paper scrapping, but I hated how it would warp the paper a little bit because it was wet.
Right.
Or I would manage to mess it up, and instead of spraying this pretty little mist, I'd spray this glop.
Glop,
and
glop,
so,
glop.
You should see my actions. It's a good thing I turned my camera off. My actions for that were pretty awesome. I was explaining how it went. But but I love misting now in digital because it always does what I want it to do. It's never this big glop.
Okay, so I can't use an alpha, right?
No. You can use an alpha for your title, but you have to clip paper to it, and only for your title. Or you can use a painted alpha.
See, I'm taking these. I'm taking these out, I think. I don't like those.
Yeah, they felt awkward. I like that better. No fuss, no mess with Digi. I don't know. Some days I feel like my supplies are a little messier than they used to be in paper. Not because they're not organized, just because like paper, I use it and it's gone. Digi, I use it and it's still there. So then I still have it. So
this is very true. All right, so there's an alpha in this, but I don't know. Okay, we're just gonna go.
Just gonna go.
Just gonna go. And let's see.
So if you include a title, it must be made from paper or paint.
Okay. So I think I've used that one.
Oh, a nice thick one to clip paper to. Oh, happy planning. Kayla goes, I love the baby's font.
She knew it.
She knows the font.
Okay, so let's see. Let's try just the.
Do you want it to stand out? Maybe try white on that one.
Yeah, that's true. Where are you, little white piece of paper?
So white is like the little white dress or the little black dress of scrapbooking for me.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I need a good white paper so I can throw it at it. Vives and Impact are my go-to chunky fonts.
Oh, I kind of like the black.
I kind of like the black too.
Let's see. Ooh,
I don't
no,
like that.
yikes. Oof, that was bad.
There's a lot of things out of mine, but I was like, nope.
Oh, that ain't gonna work. I can tell you.
Yeah, I'd go with the black or white. I think because the background is so busy, that
Yeah,
putting
I
a pattern
think
on it makes it disappear.
okay, I think I'm gonna go with that. So I'll take all
Go
these
for it.
out, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna clear the layer style. Then I'll rasterize the type, and then I'll add my shadow back on.
Add the paper back on.
And let's see. Then I'll have my drop shadow here.
I like it. All right, so journaling is optional, but you can only use fonts. Not that you typically use anything else.
Yeah,
just
I'm going to go ahead and change this to black and go ahead and change it to my normal thing. Yes. And yep, so then I'll type something about that. What I like is I already have my custom shadow on the die cut, but I think I'm gonna move it around a little bit more. Get on the right one, Cheryl.
Move it here, move it there, trying to decide it out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give it a little more depth, I think, in some of these spots.
Impulse and Hey Gorgeous are other fonts I use for titling. Kayla's getting major PSCC envy going on here.
Okay, and I actually think I'm gonna move. Yeah, I'm gonna move
looking
these
at fonts.
around a
This
little
is
bit.
a bad thing.
Bad.
Renee mentioned fonts. Ooh, that's a cool one. It's almost got a Comic Sans vibe to it, but it's not. The Hey Gorgeous. Let's see what Impulse is.
Okay,
I go through phases where I download all the fonts, and then I'll go through and I'll use a couple of them, and then I'll find the ones I want to use, and then I'll use that one like repeatedly for the next year.
So do y'all use the favorites in PSCC for your text, your fonts?
I actually do.
I think we've talked about it before, but just wanted to mention it in case. Is there anybody on PSCC?
Show us again.
Okay, so open up your type tool, and up at the top where you choose what font, you'll see that you have, this is actually for similar fonts, this is your favorite fonts, and this is Adobe fonts. So when you click on it, it'll gray it out, and then it'll just show you your favorite fonts, the things that you like reach for time and again.
Yep. And you can star them.
And then if you have one that you have picked and you want to look for similar fonts, you can find those, or you can just see what you pulled in from Adobe fonts, which is nice.
Yes. Kim's actually taking notes tonight. Ooh, we taught a lot.
Yay.
Mommy-ish does have a style. It works sometimes really well, and other times it does not work very well. We've discovered that.
What is it?
The create shadows on their own layer style that Mommy-ish has for PSE.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm like, sometimes it works really great and sometimes it doesn't. So when it works, it's fabulous.
I do still have that video,
You
right?
sure do.
Let's see.
It only works on her shadow styles, not Cheryl's. Okay. Or anybody else's, right? Which, you know, is better than nothing. But if you have other styles you prefer to use, it can be a pain.
Okay, let's see. Tutorials.
You trying to find it?
Yeah, I got it. It just took me a second. That's the YouTube channel link for make shadows on separate layers in PSE 11. Okay. All right. Does anybody have any more questions or anything else they want to
I don't see
talk
any other
about?
questions.
Well, if you are not caught up like me, I wish you the best of luck. We have until February 2nd, correct?
I believe so. Sounds right.
So you do have, extra couple of days there to play catch up.
Yep.
And if you are caught up, I wish I was you.
You rock it. Keep going. There's a few days left and more challenges.
Rock it. And so yeah, we'll be back next Thursday for the February Watch Cheryl Scrap. And I don't know. I think that, February we always talk about some kind of love. Maybe we should talk about loving something unusual. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe that's what we'll do next week.
Interesting idea.
But,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope you've enjoyed hanging out with me. I do have videos to post. They are coming. I promise. It's just it's taking some time. So and I've really enjoyed hanging out with y'all this month.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you
so
everybody
much
for coming this month.
All right. I think
I'm
this
glad
looks
it's
like
been
a
fun.
quilt. Yep.
It really
All
does.
those patterns. It looks like a quilt. Yep.
It really does.
I think I'm gonna post it like this for the challenge, but then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna add some stuff because there's some really cool elements in here in this kit. I'm like, I gotta use it.
You might want to change your journaling too before you post it for the challenge.
Yes, your memories go here. Your memories go here. Your memories go here. Your memories go here. What is she trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna turn off the recording. So long. Farewell.
Farewell.
Auf Wiedersehen. Adieu. 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 To you and you and
Good
you.
night.